This is a game that I think Mike Vrabel had circled on his calendar not once, not twice, but 3 times. And the Patriots, they go up against the Tennessee Titans on Sunday at Nissan Stadium. And you could see that nobody's giving the Titans a chance because, honestly, they're a dumpster fire. And the Patriots, I think this could be a big blowout. Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper. And honestly, this should be the easiest game for the Patriots all season. I know you go up against the Cleveland Browns literally the week after this game. The Cleveland Browns defense is good. I know their record would say otherwise, but they're good. They're going to be more of a threat to you than this team. This is the easiest game. Their defense sucks. Their coaching staff sucks. The offensive line is awful, and Cam Ward is kind of like what Drake May had to deal with last year where he's running for his life out there. Before we get into the breakdown of the Patriots versus the Titans, let's check in on our goal for October. And this is how many likes we got against the Saints on our watch party, 1,223. This is so far. We have 18,752 in October, and we are less than 8,000 away from our October goal of 26,000. And we are exactly halfway through the month, ladies and gentlemen, halfway through the 15th of October. So go ahead, hit that thumbs up icon, and let's get to our goal. Let's shatter that goal of 26K. Back to the Titans. Titans are a joke. The host of Titans Today is also a joke. But they have not had any, they don't look good. They haven't looked good in any single game this season. And you would think going into this season that they have a new general manager. Well, they just fired their head coach. But so far through 6 games, they're 1-5, and they miraculously won their Week 5 matchup against the Arizona Cardinals. And this is basically, the Cardinals were like, you can have it. It was absurd. DeMarcado, who was the Cardinals running back, was running into the end zone and was going to go up 28-6. And then he fumbled the ball. And that started a comeback. Then you had an interception that led to a touchdown for Tennessee. They should realistically be 0-6. And they are one of the worst teams. They are one of the worst teams I have ever seen. But there are also a lot of storylines going into this game. And the Patriots should have a beatdown ahead of them going in. But knowing that this is Mike Vrabel's return to Nashville, and this is the Titans, they have a new head coach, and the Patriots now lead the AFC East, all the pressure is on both of these teams. I think that Mike Vrabel really wants to go in and set things right and show them that they should regret that they ever fired me as head coach. And yesterday, well, the Titans, they fired head coach Brian Callahan, or 2 days ago, they fired head coach Brian Callahan. And me personally, I think it was because they didn't want to see their replacement lose by 40. And I mean like 40 to them. It was bad. It was bad. And they did announce that the interim head coach would be Mike McCoy. And we've heard of Mike McCoy before. He was the Chargers head coach from 2013 to 2016. He had a 27-37 head coaching record. But Chargers fans, they saw that and were like, oh, I'm sorry. I am really, really, really sorry that you have to deal with Mike McCoy. Currently the offensive assistant, and it was kind of just like, well, we got to put you as the interim head coach. Like I said before, they did not want to get their replacement, Brian Callahan, embarrassed by Mike Vrabel, so they fired him. And I just tuned in to the press conference that was late as hell, and the general manager and president of football ops, they didn't seem like they had any plan to fire Brian Callahan that day. It came from the up top of the owner. And I think that she was like, well, Mike Vrabel's going to come in, and they're doing really good. I don't want to get embarrassed right now. So we got to move on because they were going to move on in the first place. We know all about the kind of interim head coach boost that we see over the past couple of years whenever a head coach gets fired. We saw it with the Raiders a couple years ago when Josh McDaniels was fired on Halloween. Like, that team comes in, and they kind of get a little boost, and you go out and you win the team. But this team is a joke. Once again, it's a joke. And The Athletic came out with an article, and they were just talking about the Titans as a whole. And this is what they had to say. That might be the worst team I've seen in the last 25 years, as one Raiders coach said after their win over the Titans on Sunday. They don't have any difference makers other than Jeffery Simmons, and the whole thing was a total mess. And to go in even further, after they won, going into their practice, Simmons stopped Thursday's practice to point out what he considered a poor showing by second-year right tackle J.C. Latham, who had missed the previous 4 weeks with a hip injury. "I watched you for the last 10 plays, and this ain't it," Simmons told Latham. "We need more from you." That's how bad the Titans are right now, and you have to be able to take advantage of how bad this team is. Because you could easily just walk through, get a win, come out of there 5-2, and you're living large, and you go against the Cleveland Browns next week, and you can make it even 6-2. But you got to get through this. And this doesn't seem like anything. This is your one time to get the rushing yards. They have 81.8 yards rushing a game against this defense. Come on. 150, 31st in the league, bottom two in every statistical category. You should see that. You should see Christian Barmore and Milton Williams should see that and just be like, I'm going to eat. I'm going to absolutely eat. This should be a cakewalk. But I know, and I think all of us know, that Mike Vrabel is going to come into this game thinking, this is ours. This is our game. We cannot overlook any game. This is the NFL. You can win week in, and you can lose week in and week out. We saw the Cleveland Browns beat the Green Bay Packers. I mean, hell, you beat down, the Panthers beat down the Falcons 30-0, and then the Patriots beat down the Panthers, and then the Panthers go on a 2-game winning streak. Anything can happen in the NFL. Do not sleep on them. I don't care how bad they are. You see the statistics. You see how Cam Ward is. I'll tell you in a bit how bad this whole entire offense and defense has been, but you cannot sleep on this team. Even if the Jets come in, you do not want to sleep on any team in the NFL. The Jets are the only remaining defeated team at 0-6. Titans should be right there with them. They should be right there with them. Who you got, though? I'm still going to be looking forward to watching this game. Hopefully, I get to watch all of it, but I'm going to miss some of it because if you guys know that I'm going to a wedding on Sunday, Jack Lauderay will be starting the watch party for us, but I will be finishing it. But let me know who you got down in the comments. Type your NEs or type your Tennessees if you're that lone Tennessee Titans fan. Come on. They have fans? I don't think so. Coming up in a bit, I'm going to give you the injury report, and as I always do, the keys to victory. But before we do that, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every single day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. PrizePicks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you can cash in. Follow other PrizePicks players directly on the app and copy their lineups in one click, whether it's a friend, like producer Moose on the ones and twos, a celebrity partner, or just someone whose picks you like. Hit the follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on PrizePicks. So how do you play? Well, it takes, no joke, 30 seconds. You can just pick 2 players. Like if you like Drake May, if you think Cam Ward's going to play terrible on Sunday, you pick the more on Drake May and you pick the less on Cam Ward. Boom, you can double your money just like that. And you can make a lineup just like that when you download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. All right, so I was waiting for the injury report to come out, just in case, you saw, hey, well, the Titans could have some injuries, and also the Patriots could have some injuries that we did not know of throughout the week because someone new always shows up on the injury report. Here's the injuries that we saw earlier after their game on Sunday against the Raiders. Marcus Harris, Arden Key, who I mentioned as a trade candidate, possibly for the Patriots, bringing him over as a depth edge piece. You have Calvin Ridley as their top wide receiver, and then Blake Hance as the offensive line injuries. But the full injury report came out for the Titans, and it's long, and there's a lot of DNPs. And the main ones that I'm looking at are, well, Arden Key, he's one of their top edge rushers. He's a trade candidate. Oh, Calvin Ridley, he's a DNP. It's a trade candidate. Jeffery Simmons, only rest. We don't have to worry about him. L'Jarius Sneed, trade candidate. DNP. Kevin Zeitler, DNP, trade candidate. These guys are gearing up. But I don't expect Calvin Ridley to play with a hamstring injury. I don't expect Arden Key to play. But then when you look at the Patriots injury report, one thing I'm looking at, like Anthony Jennings, he was already out last week. Jalen Hawkins, he's still dealing with that hamstring injury. I hope they get back soon because Kyle Duggar was just awful in that game. First play of the game, let up a 53-yard bomb. But Harold Landry, ankle, that's the one thing I'm looking at. Stephon Diggs also showed up on the injury report with a chest injury, which is kind of interesting. I think being limited, he's okay. And then the one thing that I want to see is that Christian Gonzalez is fully healthy. And that I love and absolutely love to see. But Harold Landry, that's also another key storyline. He's going back to his old team. He was cut by them because they thought he wasn't good enough to be worth that contract, and I know that he's going to want to play in this game. But let's get to the keys to victory. The number one key to victory, and this is all you have to do. If you do this, you probably win the ball game, and it's limit Jeffery Simmons. Jeffery Simmons is the absolute MVP of the Tennessee Titans team and the best player on the team. And honestly, he's playing like one of the best players in the league. If you think of defensive tackles right now that are going for defensive player of the year or just being one of the best in the league, yeah, you think of Milton Williams, you think of Christian Barmore, but Jeffery Simmons is playing even better than those two. We got to remember, he's a defensive tackle, by the way. 6 games, 28 tackles, 8 tackles for losses, 4.5 sacks, 27 pressures, and he has the number 2 PFF pass rush grade at 90. His PFF grade overall is just about an 82. And if you don't believe me, this is one of the tweets I saw, and I was kind of researching just about what the Titans were and what specifically are the Patriots going to have to look after, and it's Jeffery Simmons. 24 pressures. This was before Week 6. 6 tackles for losses, 66 double team rate, which the Patriots are going to be double teaming him, 31% pass rush win percentage. It's crazy to see. He's single-handedly carrying this team. And I honestly, personally, I feel bad for the guy. Get him on a better team. The Titans should do a service for him and trade him. I see some people talking about trading for the Patriots. I would love Jeffery Simmons on the Patriots, but that's neither here nor there. You stop him, you easily win the ball game. Double team him, do whatever you have. Do not let him get through the offensive line. Second key to victory, get to Cam Ward, and honestly, with the offensive line, how they're playing, I could get to Cam Ward. This offensive line for the Tennessee Titans is bad. Is really, really bad. It should not be hard, especially if Harold Landry plays. Milton Williams and Christian Barmore are going to eat. The offensive line is bad, dumpster fire, garbage, all the adjectives that you can think of describes that offensive line. And I got pictures to prove it from the All-22. This is not even 1 second after Cam Ward drops back. Look at the Raiders defender right there, going through the offensive line. Why is the offensive lineman not blocking one of the linebackers blitzing? He's not blocking anybody. He's just going to get right to Cam Ward, and that led to a sack. And then you have this next one. Well, you got a double team right here from the Titans, and they still don't stop him. They still don't stop the guy that's bringing pressure to Cam Ward, and he is running for his life. It's automatic sack after automatic sack after automatic sack. And the stats don't lie either. Cam Ward has sacked 25 times through 6 games. The next highest person that's sacked is 19 sacks. I don't even think Drake May has been sacked 15 or even 12 times this year. He is all over the place running, and all I can think of when I see this offensive line is that Christian Barmore and Milton Williams and K'Lavon Chaisson and Harold Landry are just going to eat. They should sack this team 7 times, and that's not even an exaggeration. They should sack this team nonstop, and this should be an easy win for the defense over and over and over and over again. The next one, and I see it in the live chat, that Big Daddy Joe keeps saying it, and you finally got it right. Stop committing the penalties. Please, for the love of God, stop committing penalties over and over. It drives me insane how you can just be such a good team, but you're not disciplined. And the Patriots, you're supposed to have a guy that's committed to having a disciplined team. But if you look at the NFL penalties, Patriots have 54 of them with 411 yards. That's first in the NFL. That's number one. You are the most penalized team in the league. And you're supposed to have a hard-nosed, cultured, disciplined team, old school, old-fashioned. Don't commit turnovers. Don't commit mistakes. Just play good, fundamental football. This has to stop. I cannot be seeing stupid personal foul calls. I cannot be seeing false start calls. The holding calls is going to happen no matter what. There's holding on every single play in the NFL. But you cannot commit those dumb penalties. And if you keep doing it, they won't kill you against the Titans. But you got to play the Atlanta Falcons coming up. You got to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming up. It's going to start biting you right in the ass. And these are drive killers. Drive killers. I mean, the offensive pass interference was awful. It was one of the worst things that I have ever seen. That one on Stephon Diggs was terrible. Terrible. But the illegal motion, that stopped the first down. That killed the drive right there. And that's all Ramondre Stevenson did. That's the play before the BS pass interference call. That's a penalty. That is a penalty. The offensive pass interference was not an offensive pass interference. You have to stop committing the penalties. Please, please, please get better. And the last one, just don't fall into the trap. Simple as that. You're going into Nashville. You're going into that hometown. The fans are going to be rowdy because they've been booing to fire Brian Callahan, and they got what they wanted. They got what they wanted. You're going to have that interim boost. Teams that fire their head coach, they get that interim boost. They play it like it's a new game. You got a new culture in the locker room. You got that new feel. Don't let them get that boost. It's also a revenge game for Mike Vrabel. He's going to want this more than anything. But the Titans are going to be thinking in their head, we do not want to lose to him. This is probably going to be their Super Bowl. So please, 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 please beat them. And Mike Vrabel was asked about it. And he kind of just tossed it off to the side. Having spent 6 or 7 years there, it'd be nice to see some people that I haven't seen in a few years that helped us win, players and staff. But you got a huge job to do as we prepare for them. They also asked him a couple times. They said, you got any mementos still from coaching in Tennessee? And he said, yeah, they're down the street at the local Goodwill. He's not thinking about Tennessee at all. But in the back of his head, you know. He's thinking about Tennessee, and he wants to stick it to them that he is a part of a new culture, a better team, and a better franchise, and a winning franchise. So go out and win the game. Predict the score for me of Patriots versus Titans in Week 7. What do you guys think? I've been kind of keeping it close throughout my predictions throughout the last couple of weeks. This one, I don't think it's going to be close at all. 42-13 win. This team is awful. This team is terrible. Adam Rank, he said 59-0, which is kind of a callback to 2009 when Brady threw for 5-6 touchdowns in one quarter. Remember that snow game where they were wearing the throwback jerseys? It's not going to be that bad, but I think this is going to be a 42-13 victory. It was the same exact score as the Panthers one. Didn't even realize I was doing that. But go down in the comments. Let me know what your score prediction is. And while you're down there, hit that subscribe button. I will be gone for the first half of the Patriots-Titans watch party. Producer Jack Lauderay is going to take over the reins for a little bit, but I will be back. So don't miss out. Hit that sub button. And as always, let's go Pats.